Hello everybody, nice to meet you. I want to thank Hash team to give me a chance to come here to introduce Tomochain. In Tomochain, we are building efficient blockchain infrastructure for decentralized application, token issuance, and token integration. So let me introduce this about our company. Long Long is our founder and CEO. He is also a former co-founder of Name Blockchain. Sơn Nguyễn is our co-founder and CTO. He is also a founder of Blockchain Developer Group with more than 800 active members. Hồ Lê is our co-founder and CEO. Tùng Hoàng is our co-founder and product manager. And I am Chu, director of Blockchain Solution. First, let me show you the historical chart of transaction volume in Ethereum and Bitcoin network. So you can see in the last 2 years, transaction volume in Ethereum network grow fast, and transaction volume in Ethereum network grow fast, and it's a good sign that the Ethereum network become used more and more, and Ether will become more and more valuable. But also creates the problem when more and more decentralized application using Ethereum network become Ethereum transaction will become slow confirmation, fee expensive, and narrow progression. Now I show you some example so you can see the problem with Ethereum network. In 3 examples, first is the Delivery.io product verification protocol, BigBomb.com a decentralized advertising ecosystem, and Tomochain.com a token-based Q&A social network. First is Delivery.io. Delivery.io as a platform allows supplier and customer to prove the authenticity of their product online before they purchase, so they can protect the brand. So they remove the trust in e-commerce. They aim to protect brand and customer from counterfeiting. By using blockchain technology, they can provide unique, verifiable identifier for each product to the whole supply chain. They've already done ICO in January, and they raised $10 million. At first they tried to use Ethereum for their platform, but when they first tried to experiment with the Ethereum network, they encountered the problem of high transaction fee, so they decide to build a separate chain for their platform. But it's a waste of engineering resource, and it's not, when they build a separate chain, it's not secure enough. So they think they can they experiment with the Tomochain for their platform. The next example I show you is a BigBomb ecosystem. BigBomb is a decentralized advertising platform. They use smart contract they utilize smart contract for S exchange, and they want the transaction in the system will be fast confirmation and cheap transaction fee. But the problem with Ethereum network is the slow confirmation time. Big Bomb. Big Bomb is a decentralized advertising platform. It's built by an advertising agency and company in Vietnam. It's already a profitable company, but in the decentralized advertising platform, the one transaction and settlement should be fast and cheap. Big Bomb already signed a partnership with Tomochain, therefore they will using Tomochain with their platform. They will also airdrop Big Bomb coin for Tomo coin holder. So I think it's a good thing for both Big Bomb coin holder and Tomo coin holder. The last example is Tomo app. We start building Tomo app 2 years ago. Tomo app is a Q&A social network. It's kind of Quora, but we emphasize on using answer by video and using cryptocurrency to incentivize user to contribute to the network. But we encounter the problem that the high transaction fee of Ethereum network because almost transaction in Tomo app is quite a small kind of micro transaction. So the Ethereum network is not appropriate to this kind of application. We think that when we encounter this problem, we think that other decentralized application will encounter the same difficulty like us. So we switch to building Tomochain to solve the problem of Ethereum network. In an application like that, you can also use traditional database for transaction in application. But when you use traditional database for transaction in app, you lose the beauty of blockchain like decentralization, transparency, and trust lead. Before us, we already have some solution for scalability, like payment channel. Some example is Radar network for Ethereum and Lightning network for Bitcoin. Something solution like Zilliqa, sidechain solution like Plasma framework, and on-chain scaling solution with delegate proof of stake. And masternode architecture like Bitshare or EOS. So I will compare the pros and cons of each solution to scaling for scalability problem. First, I want to talk about the payment channel solution like Radar network. With Radar network, you can get fast and cheap transaction. But the cons is Radar network cannot run smart contract, and it's not an interdependent chain, and therefore you cannot release token on Radar network. The second solution for scalability is the Zilliqa. Zilliqa have built-in scaling resetting, but the con of Zilliqa is not related to Ethereum ecosystem. So it does support ERC20 token and Solidity smart contract language, and solution is proposed by Vitalik. Basically, Plasma is a cheap chain, and the pros of it, anyone can create a custom plasma chain. You can create custom plasma chain for social network, for finance, or any kind of application you want. But the cons of plasma is still high latency and high fee, and it to anti-attack. Currently, plasma network is still not production ready. And the final with our solution Tomochain with proof of authority, and we will move to proof of stake in the near future. In Tomochain, the pros of Tomochain with is we get fast confirmation time, low fee, and cross-chain token transfer. We also interdependent chain, so you can release token on our chain like Ethereum. The cons of Tomochain is currently we only verified node can become a validator node on Tomochain, but in the future when we move to proof of stake, any node with enough Tomocoin can become a master node in Tomochain network. Next is the roadmap of Tomochain. Currently we already have Tomochain testnet with 11 nodes. In Q3 this year, we will release Tomochain mainnet version 1 with proof of authority consensus, and we in next year we release Tomochain version 2. It's a proof of stake master node. Tomochain is developing from get code base of Ethereum. So we change something in this code base. In Tomochain version 1, we are using clicker proof of authority protocol. Proof of authority we in proof of authority transaction and block validated by validator node approved by account known as validator, and by attaching reputation to identity, validator are incentivized to uphold the transaction process. The main one of advantage of proof of authority is we don't need much computing power and expensive hardware like proof of work. So anyone can become validator as long as the other validator trusts them. In proof of authority implementation by Tomochain, we change something. We change block time, we change gas price and block limits, and the reward system. Reward for each validator node is set to minimum because validator node is run by Tomochain and partner and other blockchain community. So by attaching reputation to identity, with the entity, the reputation of them and the stability and well function of Tomochain is more important than coin reward. And also, of course, we change consensus mechanism from proof of work to proof of authority, and we also have testnet running. Now I will show you our testnet. As you can see, is our start of our testnet. We have 11 nodes and already have 30 million blocks. Gas price is 1 G wave, and of course we can reduce more. The block time is 2 seconds. and 11 nodes is run by some node run by Tomochain, some node run by our partner, and some node run by blockchain community, Vietnam blockchain community. In Tomochain version 2, we move to proof of stake. The question is why we move from proof of authority to proof of stake. We move from proof of stake because we want Tomochain will become more decentralization, more autonomous, and everyone can run a masternode in Tomochain. I will explain how our proof of stake work. Anyone is two-step. Anyone can deposit Tomocoin to smart contract to vote a masternode, and user who vote for masternode will get reward. It's more detail. To vote a masternode, user will deposit their Tomocoin to masternode smart contract, and other can vote for this node to become a masternode. When a node receives enough votes from Tomocoin deposits, they can become a masternode, and they can start to confirm transaction. In proof of stake, in our proof of stake protocol, a consensus protocol, at a reward point like x 1000 block, the system will in using reverse algorithm, the consensus protocol will calculate and pay reward for masternode, and each user who votes for masternode can get reward from masternode smart contract. We also planning to build some key service for Tomochain, like building decentralized exchange protocol, cross-chain token transfer using smart contract, and ICO platform for reward coin holder. Example like airdrop. You can ask why we decide to build the key service in Tomochain. Because in Ethereum they only focus in build blockchain, and they don't build other key service like this. In our point of view, this key service will make Tomochain more utilization, and we can and it's easier for other DApp to switch from Ethereum to Tomochain, and it's also easier and provide better benefit for established business to run DApp on Tomochain. It also relates on to Tomochain approach, because we want to being an efficient blockchain layer for decentralized application, token issuance, and token integration. We want token can be used directly in application. We also want to be a contributor for Ethereum ecosystem, so every token on Ethereum can switch to Tomochain and run smoothly. We also being a evangelist for tokenization and moving financial value on chain. In our point of view, the finance industry will be disrupted by blockchain technology, so we want to be a part of this revolution. Now I will demo for you the cross-chain token transfer using smart contract with our wallet. Now I will demo for you cross-chain token transfer with Ethereum, between Ethereum and Tomochain. First, you create a new wallet. You my Tomocoin. Tomocoin is not mineable. It's just a demo, so I can get Tomocoin to my wallet. It can take a bit of time. Okay. Now I mined 3.9 Tomocoin. So 3.9 Tomocoin is in Tomochain. I can cash out to Ethereum network. Example like at the time I want to cash out 3 Tomocoin. Done. Okay, we will wait a few seconds. So the token will move from Tomochain to Ethereum and gets confirmed by Ethereum network. Ethereum quite a slow confirmation, so we can wait a bit. As you can see, the slow confirmation time of Ethereum is not good for interactive app. No, you don't need to refresh it. It's been okay. Okay, done. Now we cash out 3 Tomo from Tomochain to Ethereum, and at the point of time, you want to move Tomocoin or other ERC20 token from Ethereum back to Tomochain, so you can cash in from Ethereum to Tomochain. Imagine that's a decentralized application already run with Tomochain. So at the point of time you want to move this token to Ethereum from Tomochain to use with this decentralized application. So we can cash in. So we should cash in. Example, we are cash in two Tomocoin. Okay, we wait a bit. It's still low because when we transfer from Ethereum to Tomochain, you still need to wait to Ethereum to confirm. Yes. Okay. Now you can see as two Tomocoin is moved from Ethereum to Tomochain. Okay. This is my demo wallet, and it has demo web wallet. It has some basic function like you can see. At this time, we already have partnership with some company and product like Devery, Big Bomb. So I want to introduce some new partnership of us. It's Pinkabi.io, a cross-border commodity trading platform, and they have we have partnership signing ceremony with Pinkabi at the end of this month. Pinkabi.io will also do ICO in June this year. And one new partnership I want to excited to announce it. We have a partnership with Tech in Asia. Tech in Asia will become a media partnership with us, and we have to increase the brand and exposure of Tomochain in Asia. Yeah. Thank you very much. Do you have any question?
네, 질문 있으신 분들 제가 마이크 전달드리겠습니다.
아, 그 블록 생성 시간이 짧아지면 트랜잭션하고 블록이 영어로 해야 되나요? 아, I'll ask you in English. Sorry. If the block average, if block average time is shortened, time of the each block distribution of the node is also shortened down, and the number of the verification of the node decrease. So I believe the security of the blockchain will be gone down than the regular blockchain. So what's your thought? What's the Tomochain's thoughts on those? The forking and stuff like that.
You want to ask about security problem when we decrease time?
No,
Oh.
the block producing time is 2 seconds, I believe.
Yes.
Average block producing time.
Yeah.
And I believe if the block producing time is like shortened, then
Yes.
there is a problem with forking, isn't it? Fork.
Forking. Okay. Currently we using a proof of authority, so validator knows it run by Tomochain and partner and blockchain community. So I think they um, give me a second.
Okay.
They expect their their reputation to identity. So I think it's they have more incentivized to uphold the transaction process and keep the network trustworthy. And in the way you asked about forking, we think yes, we also we have considering the forking, but in our test environment is not happen not often anytime. Yes, and we in our test environment 2 second time is still work good.
Okay. Thank you.
네, 혹시 다른 질문 있으십니까?
First, I heard that your service is like an SNS platform, right? SNS, right? Kind of SNS platform, right? Like Steemit or Facebook, right?
Yeah.
So I have a question that your incentive economic model, because I think the really important thing in a SNS platform is incentive model, because everyone who participate in your service need to get a reward or like money or so is there any advantage to use smart contract to make incentive system more stable or more good, like contrast to any other SNS platform like Steemit?
You want to ask about Tomo app?
Yeah, Tomo app. Yeah.
Tomo app is just one decentralized application on Tomochain, and now in the future we will rebrand it to for people don't get confused with the Tomochain. And in Tomo app I don't follow this line of product, and so I maybe my question my answer is not so detailed. But in Tomo app people get reward by answer question, and user can view content and establish kind of channel like YouTube channel. So other user will must pay coin to view this channel. Yeah, and someone can ask question and
bet some coin for this question, and the best answer win gas coin.
네, 혹시 다른 질문 없으시면 토모체인은 여기서 끝마치기로 하고요. 바로 다음 세션 이어서 하겠습니다. 다시 한번 큰 박수 드리겠습니다.
Thank you.